Mike and Jenna.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're shortening it up.
Yeah. See, we told you we'd be back again.
We'd be back. Now, I'm going to start this one off saying this is for entertainment purposes only. My opinions are my opinions. Jen's are Jen's.
And we're just here to have fun.
We're just here to have a good time.
And if you like us, share it, subscribe. Subscription is free.
Free.
So, yeah, it costs you nothing.
Yep. So we take likes, share, subscribe, comments, anything. Anything you want to talk
interact
about.
with us. Tell your friends if you think we're cool. You can not only watch us, but you can hear us.
Yes, you can hear us. Somehow I've figured out through YouTube Music that I do upload them in MP3 format. So don't necessarily have to have your phone. I mean, you don't have to if you have YouTube Music. That's the format. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but that brings me back.
Why does that bring you back?
Because I think probably one of the most memorable gifts I have ever gotten in my entire life was from you, and it was an MP3 player. Like right when they came out, I am a music lover. I love it. And so he got an MP3 player, and I hate technology. So follow me here. And he had a friend of ours, because we didn't have a home computer, a friend of ours load a whole list of songs on there, which were all of my favorite songs and some of his, and then one of his friends he threw on there.
Yes.
But it was probably one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten. When he gave it to me, I'm like, what is this? He goes, just listen to it. And he's like, and I'm like, what in the world? And then I'd skip, and it was like, and he was just, it was all of my favorite songs and songs that were ours when we went out together. And it was just.
Yeah, that was a cool one. That one I did pretty good.
That's my MP3 story.
MP3s, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was at, I think some of the kids eventually iPods became the big thing, right? And I didn't understand iPods because I thought MP3 players and iPods did the exact same thing.
They did, but the iPod, well.
Could you play games or something on an iPod? Or did it just have more storage, and because Apple made it, so it was just better?
They had the iPods where you could, they like had the screen, yeah, so they could like do stuff on them, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because we went to like, we did the Black Friday waiting in line at Super Target or wherever it was.
Yeah, that was for the older boys, right?
Yeah, and when the iPods came out, so it was basically like an iPhone.
Wait, the iPod or the iPhone come out first?
I'm assuming the iPhone did, but it was like the iPhone, but it was basically before the iPads.
No, I don't. I'm going to say I think an iPod came out first because it wouldn't make sense for an iPod to come out after a phone. To come out after the phone because the phone would store all the music anyway, right?
Well, yeah, but not everybody had the phone, so this was marketed like.
I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to let me know on that one. It doesn't make sense to me. You're probably right, but I truly don't know. iPod, which came first, the iPod or the iPhone? I know they both came before the iPad.
I would say Google it, but when we go on our phones and we try to record this, something with our phones messes with the equipment, so we can't, and our computer's like over there.
Yeah,
but there's cords. It's not happening. It's just not.
We have to turn on the camera after we sit down because to watch us sit down it's an adventure to get around everything. So, it is what it is.
We should win awards for this. I mean, not the pot. Yeah, but I mean, no.
The amount of lights that we have pointed in our direction is actually kind of funny. So
one of these times one
of these times we'll do a behind the scenes and to watch the me
as
get
a matter of fact,
today.
The light over here is a unicorn.
It is a unicorn selfie light that I have put up on a tripod.
Yeah.
But that's the magic of cameras, right? I can't see it. So
no.
we actually have floodlights hanging from our ceiling fan just to get us light from over the top. So.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you gotta do.
I really think we need to bring the sport umbrella in because it's got that UV like coating on the inside, so it's gonna like.
But I don't know if we have enough.
I
don't know if we have enough lights strong enough to do that. So we'll figure it out.
Collective. I don't know.
Maybe we could do some garage sale and we could find some good old fog lights.
We'll get a knock at the door from the police. What are you guys doing here? You're taking a lot of electricity.
Right.
It's just our podcast.
Yeah, it's just a podcast, real quick. So I was on social media the other day. And I,
Good thing you weren't in the UK where, you know, you
no,
can't post
no, that
'cause
was
it's
terrible.
illegal.
Well, and what was terrifying about that UK one is that they're running through the streets trying to find what? I mean, it was, what was it? I don't even know who it was, but they were going down the streets. It's UK is like, I don't know what's going on. Germany, I just saw that they glued themselves, protesters glued themselves to a runway. Glued themselves to a runway. I give them credit, I guess, for trying.
You know, you cannot.
I understand.
You
I
can't.
understand
The
protesting.
normal person cannot begin to wrap their mind around what a crazy person or a person who truly believes in something.
Yeah, I mean, we
You know,
don't.
I mean,
I'm
you
not going to
can't.
classify them as crazy. I'm just going to say they're very passionate about what they believe in. Unfortunately, they feel the need to push that on everybody else, and that's where my issue is. I want everybody to believe what they want to believe. Believe it. That's your right. God willing, that's everybody's right. Where I have the issue
within a certain moral code.
But even no, because belief is a belief.
Well, but,
You know, as long as there's no action and illegality about it, I don't care. Where I have the issue, and where then this is just my thing, is pushing it and forcing it down the throats. And I'm good. You do your thing. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. I don't understand why you need validation from me or anybody else. Believe what you want to believe. It's a belief, right? If I believe in God, that's great. Doesn't affect you if I do or not.
Honestly, to counter their point, you are allowed to believe. They state that you can believe. They want you to believe and live in a society where you believe in whatever you want to believe in, right?
Correct. Until
you don't think and believe in what they believe in.
See, that's where my issue is. It's like, because they want everybody to believe. They want everybody to believe in what they believe in.
They want everybody to believe that
while
the sky
dismissing
is purple
what everybody else believes.
Say so,
right? And that's why political conversations are so hard. That's why anything about religion is very hard. It's because it's a belief. It's and the way you vote is the way you vote. The way you believe in God, the way you don't believe in God, doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. It doesn't change my day how anybody else feels about it. And I truly do wish that more people had that mentality of not allowing, but just.
Were you with me when we saw the thing? There was a study.
Okay, I like it.
Done by the CIA or one of the alphabets.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what they did was they had 18 people in a room.
Okay.
And one person was an average everyday person.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
17 of the other were agents. They were shown a picture of a triangle.
Okay.
Okay. They asked everybody in the room, in one word, describe what you saw.
In one word.
In one word.
Okay.
And all 17 people of those agents all went before the one normal person.
Okay.
And said square. Do you know what the one normal person said?
Triangles, and called them idiots.
Square. Because by the time it got to him, these people were saying square so confidently and so quickly, like he said he was going to say triangle. He wasn't sure if he was saying it incorrectly. So he said square.
I hate life right now.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You have people telling you that they don't believe in having boys and girls sports, okay? But they're the same people that are telling you that they're going to vote a certain way. It's like, you understand, you're going against yourself right there.
Right.
Like, you can't have it both ways. And
in terms of sports, I want fairness. That's all I want.
As far as this world is concerned right now, I don't think anybody is going to understand it because it doesn't make sense. So that's the only thing I think we can agree on. That is, I don't think what we all thought at one point was normal will ever be that way of life again.
No, No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I truly don't believe so. So, anyways, let's get on to bigger, happier, and more fun things.
Absolutely. You know what I really want to watch?
What do you really want to watch?
I really want to watch the new Bryson DeChambeau episode of Breaking 50. Do you know why I want to watch this?
Is John Daly on it?
John Daly is on there. John Daly.
I saw a snippet. He was barefooted.
I did see that he was barefoot.
He's your 17, our 17-year-old's hero.
I have not watched any of it. I have avoided every part of social media to find out if he made it or not. And it's actually kind of killing me that I haven't seen it yet, 'cause I think it came out yesterday. But I am John Daly. I grew up watching John Daly. He was the typical dude that enjoyed a beer and a cigarette and decided to win golf tournaments. And he's been living the life for 40-something years since. And I'm curious to what he has to say, because DeChambeau actually does a pretty good job of, interviewing and talking to him all it. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. So that's what I really want to watch. Just to give you a heads up on it. And I think he's done a fantastic job with that. He came up with that whole thing on his own. I think that was his 5th episode. He's got everybody in their mom wants to film an episode with this guy, with Bryson.
We're hoping we'll get there one day when we finally figure out what us.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could go out there and shoot breaking 100.
No, not your golf.
Oh, thank God, because that'd be embarrassing. The what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Our podcast together.
No, I understand that.
We wouldn't do the golf.
Oh no, you just talk about people wanting to come out.
Here are our dogs. There's our dogs. What? And what?
Yeah.
And then they walk away like.
You're crazy. So what else is going on in this world? Besides our lawn getting eaten by some crazy worms. Army worms. You said that there was one in the pool earlier, and that was just a twig, by the way. Yeah.
What about that spider yesterday?
So there was a spider, and I actually took a video of this spider. To me, it felt like it was like enormous, like the size of my hand.
Why did you see the spider?
So my wife decided there was a frog in the pool, right? And I couldn't see the frog in the pool, so she had to turn the light on. Okay, because it was like 9 o'clock at night. No problem. So I get the frog out. As I'm walking back to put the net away, there's a spider.
I stop him.
No, yeah, she stops me to point this out, and which is awesome. And then I decided it was big, and
I'm not scared of spiders.
So I took a video of it, and then I was trying to blow on it to get it to move. He was
trying to provoke it. I'm
then,
like, they can jump, right?
Yeah. Then my wife tells me they can jump. I don't even know if that's true, but it was enough for me to get the hell away. The thing never moved, but
so then we're walking back, and I shut the lights off, and I go, look, when you shut the lights off, imagine how many you don't see.
So then that terrified me even more. It's like, you don't want to know. And now there's all these worms and other crap in my yard. I don't know what's going on. So I got multiple dogs behind me. This is funny. So yeah, that's it. So we were at the course the other day. I was walking with Jameson, and as one of the girls was crossing the fairway, all of a sudden there's a snake. Luckily, at that point, it was already dead. So, but
no, not a good thing that it's dead.
It's not. Good for my nerves that it was no longer slithering.
No, good for his image, because he would have screamed like a bitch. And
it would have been bad.
Like one too.
It would have been bad.
Yeah.
And so it was
like a girl.
It was me and 3 high school girls, and I guarantee.
You would have screamed the loudest.
Oh, it was bad. And this was even the worst part. So at this time, they had 2 girls there that were taking pictures of the girls.
Snakes do play possum that lay on their back and they fake death. They really, truly do. I'm serious. Don't go into detail. I don't. If it's
no, I sent you a picture of it.
I know, but it could have been faking death.
No, that one was dead.
Okay, well, whatever.
It was dead. But so had it been alive, I would have screamed, and there were girls there with cameras. Not just phones.
They would have oh my God, that would have been so fantastic.
So luckily, that didn't happen. Because that would have been awful.
That would have been fantastic.
Not for me. So
I'd have been so mad I missed it.
And then
that's why it wasn't alive. But I'm terrified of snakes. However, when we moved down here, I knew I would encounter them because they are more prevalent. It is what it is. But I knew that there were, we're originally from Illinois, and I knew there were venomous snakes down here.
Yes.
So I joined a page on Facebook to actually educate myself because I'm a firm believer in knowledge is power. Mm-hmm. So, and it's actually quite an informative page. I can give Mike the link, and if you want to like them on Facebook. But there's an actual snake. Is it a herpetologist snake person?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what the snake people are called. I'm so probably wrong in that. Anyways, but he's like an actual like snake dude, and it's a very informative page. It really actually has saved a couple of snakes' lives in my yard. Because I learned that kind of like, if you ever seen Finding Nemo when the sharks are like, fish are our friends, not our food. Snakes are our friends, quite frankly. And the non-venomous ones, a lot of them actually prevent the venomous ones. And like the black racer snake will actually eat copperheads.
Okay. So
black racer is non-harmful to us. I mean, It's going to bite you, whatever, but it can't kill you. But they're beneficial to your yard. They keep rodents and,
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
The other day we were sitting outside, and all of a sudden, and I have no idea as why, we had like 30 dragonflies all above us, and it was
the mosquito hawk.
Yeah.
They are truly put on this earth with one sole purpose, is to kill mosquitoes, and they
about 100 a day
mm-hmm.
per dragonfly, which is fantastic. And so when I saw like 30 above me, I was like, "This is awesome."
Do you know they actually live underground for 2 years before they come out?
Speaking of underground, what happened to cicadas?
I don't know.
Did that ever happen?
But there's apparently new bites up in Illinois, cicada bites. Speaking of Illinois, Tiffany Henyard. Oh my lord. Okay, here we go. If you're not from Illinois, if you're from anywhere other than Illinois, if you're from wherever you're from, look up Tiffany Henyard. Henyard. She is the mayor of a town called Dolton, Dolton, Illinois.
Yes. And she's also on the board of another one.
Holy guacamole. Whoa, is this woman insane?
Yes.
This whole, if you guys think, all this Trump stuff is crazy.
Well, let me give you the breakdown. I've been following this for a while.
This is his girl. I turned him on to this one, and he has just, he gives me updates.
So, Tiffany Henyard, she got voted in as mayor of Dolton. And at that time, they had like a $4 or $5 million surplus. Well, she hires all these security guards, and because she needs a big security staff, she uses police officers, which is fine. But 90% of their salary now is all overtime. So you can imagine a police force, the mayor, most of the money overtime because of her force, and she has like 6 or 8 of them. Yeah,
the police are the chief of police for Dolton just actually got indicted for bankruptcy fraud.
No, he wasn't the chief of police. He was something like that. But he was
a higher up. He was part of her crew.
Yeah, he was her right hand man. It was the deputy chief. He lost his job.
Our dogs are going crazy. I have no idea why. It's like kids when you're little kids, and you don't hear from them all day long until you're on the phone, and then they're on top of you, or you don't see them at all until you're going to the bathroom, and then they have to sit on the floor and watch you take a. That's kind of like our dogs when we're filming.
All right, so back to Tiffany.
Okay. Oh.
So they've been talking for a while. She changed some of the rules where about who had to sign the checks.
And she's not only is she mayor of Dolton, she's also the supervisor of the township. So the county.
Yeah, something like that.
Or the township or something she's mayor of that. Plus she's something bigger for the township, like township commissioner or something. So she's in charge of that money as well.
Yeah. But this is strictly just on the Dolton stuff.
Okay.
So she then, she has all the security. Then she leases 4 Tahoes.
She fights with all of her village trustees.
Yeah, she does at the meetings. Now, these 4 Tahoes, I've never seen a township have to pay 30-something% interest on Tahoes, on leases. But each one of those is going to end up, if they ran the course of the lease, 4 Tahoes would cost the village $718,000. Okay. Like I said, there's money just going everywhere. She spent $40,000 at one time at Amazon. It was so bad they had to bring in Lori Lightfoot. Now, not many people know who
She's
that is.
She's the former mayor of Chicago. She's
right,
crazy.
She got voted out. She's crazy too. But she came in and she looked at the books. So they had a $4 or $5 million surplus. Well, currently now they're now $3.5 million in the hole, and they've had to start doing layoffs. They're trying to sell anything and everything. And this all started coming out because they were starting to have issues making their payments for their police vehicles.
Well, and she wasn't releasing bank statements and to the trustees, and she was fighting everything that they tried to do, like basically shutting it down. So you have lipstick on. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. So
look at me.
Oh, I don't care.
So basically, she is. Just go check out the Tiffany Hefner thing. I mean, it is. There's so many.
Well, hold on. She got indicted by the FBI for misspending and all this stuff. But now here's the best part. They can't find her. They think she might have fled the country. That's the last I saw. Yeah, you
skipped a bunch of parts in there because.
That's it. I mean, they went from a surplus of $4 to $5 million in 2.5 years down to a $3.5 million deficit.
Yeah, they can't pay their
they're laying people off.
But yeah, so she, just to catch you guys up, Lightfoot's done this investigation. Yep. She's been indicted by the FBI and she's gone missing. So go check all this out. Tiffany Henyard, it is wild.
Her second in command got indicted for bankruptcy fraud. I mean, it's a messed up situation. You just feel bad for the people of the town. I mean, because now people are losing their jobs. They're having to cut their police force just to make payroll because they can't make payroll.
And in a sanctuary area.
Yeah. So it's just a bad deal all around. And yeah.
The poor people that live there. Like they're truly the victims. I know we're making light of it and saying how crazy it is. It is truly crazy. Yeah. But those poor people, like that's supposed to take care of everything that they've in.
The best part is she called herself the super mayor.
Yeah. Yeah. She's something. She's super something. Super something.
So did you hear what California's doing?
Oh Lord.
Yeah. This is a good one though. They're cleaning up all the homeless camps. That's all. That's it. No, they're not making the people leave. They're just cleaning up their camps. And then there's a hotel in New York, right?
Oh yeah, Marriott Hotel. They actually are fighting with one of their franchisees by saying that using the hotel as a shelter for the immigrants, that they were going against their franchise agreement.
So I'm trying
to pull the franchise or something along those lines.
I'm going to venture to say that the government is flipping that bill. And I'm going to venture to say that franchise owner is charging a premium for those rooms. Let's just say. And now he's going to be mad because he's getting guaranteed government money. And now the Marriott's coming in and saying, no, you got to rent this out to real people or normal people, whatever.
Well, because it looks bad. Well, regardless of your political affiliation, it looks bad for Marriott as a brand because that is actually in a apparently very nice, sought after area. And Marriott's got nothing there. And it's an industry thing. You're taking away from the tourists. You're taking away from.
But you as a franchise owner, you want to make as much money as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's guaranteed money from the government, which I'm guessing it is.
But there's got to be more to this story.
But I can understand why a franchise owner, and that's the same reasoning that people that own houses that they rent out, that they're willing to use Section 8 because it's guaranteed money every time. Every time it's in the account. So it's like.
But it's also, that at that point, it's also, what about the person that's not Section 8 that can afford it, but only can afford that much? So in my opinion, that kind of is, what is that word? Discriminatory? But I'm not getting into one of those
No.
contests because I don't want people coming after me. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is
no, but
seriously just a conversation.
Yeah, but when you have the government telling you we're going to pay you this every month, and the government's going to pay it, I can understand why that franchise owner would want to do it. I disagree with it wholeheartedly, but on a business side, if I take out the emotion and all that, on a business side, guaranteed money. You don't have to fight nobody. You don't have to fight. You don't have to pay a credit card fee. You ain't got none of that, and you're booked 100% of the time.
Yeah, but is the government paying the bill?
Oh, I guarantee it.
So who knows? Now on the other side, did you hear about what business for the first time ever is down 20%?
Ooh, first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually do know of a business that is down. I don't know if this is the one you're talking about. So go ahead. Which one?
McDonald's.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, McDonald's. It is like losing people. Like they're bleeding apparently at a rapid rate.
So, I mean, they're so big as it is, but they are the last ones.
They have not felt apparently with anything. They've never felt it, and they're feeling it, but they're truly like 20% below everybody else at this point.
Oh, I'm perfectly good with it. One of the things that I think is helping some of these other places, and we were out traveling with Jameson for a while, and we would stop at Wendy's, right? And they came around and they did these value meals that are actually
affordable
and enough food to fill you up.
Right.
So Wendy's did it, and then all of a sudden I noticed Burger King did it. The one that had never done it, McDonald's. So I think they're just introducing it now, so they're behind the curve. But
the people that they hire just. But is that?
Here's it. That's a tough one. So McDonald's used to be back in the day. I remember when we were growing up, and people that actually worked, a couple of buddies of mine worked there, and they were actually making more money there than other places. Now I don't think that's the case.
No, they actually make fairly decent money, but I think it's people just don't care anymore.
We have not had the best of luck.
There is no.
I always find it.
Quality has gone down. Way down, and it's even worse since COVID.
Yeah.
I say that with quality with anything, even food you buy, like restaurants, customer service. I think there's a lot of, not every single place, but so I say over the board, I say at least quality is down 40%.
I can't quantify that number, but I will say this. It is my belief that a lot of the issues with quality are due to supply chain issues. And what I mean by that is...
But even quality of employer or employees.
Oh, people are just lazy.
Well, I think that's just the generation.
Oh, I think they've forgotten how to read. That's why my order wherever gets screwed up, even though it's written on a board. Like, how do you not see that there's two things of whatever in there and you put one? Honestly, that's what I will never understand. Your stuff is always wrong because you don't order directly off the menu. You change one thing and it throws the entire kitchen into a frenzy. It is the craziest thing. I've never seen somebody not get their food right more than she does. Doesn't matter where.
Even if I order it exactly off the menu.
Doesn't matter where. Every time. And it'll come out last. Every time.
I don't flinch anymore.
No.
I truly go to restaurants expecting probably not to eat.
Yeah, it's 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be up for us tonight. Like, share, subscribe. Remember, these are just our opinions. Mm-hmm. We're just two semi-middle-aged people with a lot of time on our hands, and we just like to talk. Mm-hmm. So, we are planning on sending at least one invite out this weekend for a guest. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be fun, though. I absolutely do. I do think it'll be fun.
It will. Okay, so we're going to do some fun little journeys. I'm going to try to do some of these, like, natural things and whatever, and...
What'd you try today? What'd you try today on the yard? A natural one.
Oh, it was for fire ants.
Fire ants. What do we got?
It was.
I want to hear it. It worked.
No, it didn't. It was baking soda.
Yeah, I don't understand the baking soda one.
Water and vinegar, and it basically I made a volcano in the sink like 3 times. Yeah. Science was never my
No, not me neither. Hey, I tried.
so
I said
it was on the internet.
WD-40 was the one I went with.
Yeah.
We're gonna check that tomorrow to see if it works. We'll let you know if WD-40 does work on red ants, because we're gonna find that out tomorrow. And we're just not checking tonight. It's dark and I've already seen enough spiders in my yard. Hey, remember, we moved down here 3 days later. I almost packed the damn truck and said we had to move again. There was a spider at my front door.
Spider.
I don't
not
care
at
what
the
it was.
door.
Yeah, it was literally right outside the front porch.
Anyways,
until
screamed. Next time, my husband's scared of spiders.
Horribly. Y'all have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.